Hi guys, welcome to my Elimination Chamber 2012 thoughts and predictions video. I'm just going to be making, I know it's a bit early, the pay-per-view's not till the 19th of February I believe, but, they've announced what I see as the three biggest matches of the card already, so I personally think it's worth predicting what's going to happen already. I mean, if there's any more things that happen towards the time, I will tell you guys, I'll give you another video, but just for now I thought I'd make a video on it. I mean, we know the theme song for the pay-per-view is This Means War by Nickelback, and the promotional poster, the promo poster, has Sheamus on the front, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool poster. If you've not checked it out, just type it into Google sort of thing. I'm going to go through the matches in order of which I believe they'll come on the card. Well, actually, I'm not sure if this will be the order of the card, but I'm going to go from what I see as least important to most important. So I'm going to start with John Cena versus Kane. No disqualification, no count-out match. In my opinion, near the time this could turn in, if they could announce this as a last man standing match, I think they could well do that. I believe for this match, all I'll say is, I can't predict how the match will go, but all I can tell you is John Cena will win this match. There's no way John Cena's going to lose on the only pay-per-view before the Royal Rumble. Before WrestleMania, sorry. There's no way John Cena's going to lose in the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania, in which he's going in to the biggest match of his career against The Rock. There's no way WWE going to let him. There's just no way, guys. So I'm about 99% sure John Cena will beat Kane. I'm not sure who Kane will feud with going into WrestleMania. It still could be The Undertaker, because Triple H on Raw didn't look too convinced about having a match with him. So, but if Triple H does have a match with him, then Zack Ryder could well return. I don't know. I know he's meant to have broken his back and whatnot, but he could return. I mean, Great Khali's still around. That could. Well, I doubt it. They could have an inter-promotional match. I mean, they do that sometimes with him and Khali. But anyway, my prediction for this match: John Cena wins. I'm not sure how. I doubt him. There's no way he's turning heel in this. If he's going to turn heel, guys, he's going to turn heel at WrestleMania. He's at in The Rock's hometown, Miami, Florida, I believe. Well, no, it's in Miami, which I believe is in Florida. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not very good with geography and all that, but yeah. So he may turn heel there because obviously he'll get a lot of boos there. I know he gets a lot of boos anyway, but he'll probably get loads of boos because he's against The Rock. He will get a lot of boos, guys. Next match, I'm going to be talking about Daniel Bryan versus Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton versus Big Show versus Wade Barrett versus Great Khali in an Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is actually, I'm looking forward to both. I was going to say I'm looking forward to this chamber more, but actually looking at the two matches, I'm looking forward to both chambers, guys. I mean, this could be a great pay-per-view as far as I'm concerned. My predictions: I think Great Khali will get eliminated first, then the Big Show will get eliminated, then Cody Rhodes will get eliminated. I think the last three guys will be Daniel Bryan, Wade Barrett, and Randy Orton. I do believe Daniel Bryan will win, but I would not be shocked if either Wade Barrett or Randy Orton win. My planning behind this is that if Randy Orton and Wade Barrett win, it could be a triple threat match: Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett versus Sheamus. WrestleMania, that's just a thought. They could go with that, or they could go with Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus. They could even go with Cody Rhodes versus Sheamus, but I doubt it. Especially because he's the Intercontinental Champion. I see him having a match with someone else at WrestleMania, or being in the Money in the Bank ladder match, which I do believe they're bringing back at WrestleMania, due to the fact that I do believe they are removing the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Okay, so if I had to make as a betting man, if I had to make a prediction, I'd say Daniel Bryan, closely followed by Randy Orton and Wade Barrett together, and then Cody Rhodes. I don't see any way Big Show or Khali are winning this. But the other four you could put up a case for. I mean, Cody Rhodes is getting a mini push at the moment. He's been putting across as a sort of strong heel at the moment. Randy Orton, Wade Barrett, obviously with that feud. I think if either of them were to win it, it probably would be Randy Orton, and if Wade Barrett were to win the World Championship, it would be at WrestleMania, in my opinion. But yeah, if Daniel Bryan wins, Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus at WrestleMania, because he's a heel. Randy Orton wins, then it'll have to be Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett versus Sheamus, because they very rarely do a face versus face feud unless Randy Orton was to turn heel before WrestleMania, which I doubt. Or Wade Barrett wins it, and then it could be Wade Barrett versus Sheamus, but I think they'd add Randy Orton to that and make it a triple threat. I mean, They do sometimes throw in the triple threat just to be a bit different at WrestleMania, you know. So that'd be pretty cool. Next match of the night will be CM Punk, who goes into this match as champion, versus Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Jericho versus The Miz versus R-Truth versus Kofi Kingston. This is the Raw Elimination Chamber match, which will be the WWE Championship. This is also a strong, strong looking 6 guys. I mean, the last match, I'd say the Great Khali is the weak link, and possibly the Big Show. In this one, I'd say R-Truth is the weak link, and possibly Kofi Kingston. Them 2 guys. The other 4 guys are, main event stars in this business. The Miz has been World Heavyweight WWE Champion. In fact, he was, I do believe, for 180 days, the biggest reign since 2008, in which Triple H reigned. There's a fact for you. Well, I think it's a fact. The Miz had such a long reign, and that was the first long reign we've had in a while. Chris Jericho, obviously just returning, obviously a big name in WWE. He's always been a big name in WWE since he came in the year 2000 with that Millennium Clock thing. If any of you guys were watching wrestling back then, remember that. Shout out to you guys, because that was brilliant. They were good times. I mean, brilliant. I thought that was brilliant the way they introduced Chris Jericho to the business. Dolph Ziggler at the moment, obviously, he's had, like I mentioned in my last video, he's now had 2 Royal Rumble Championship matches in a row. He's been feuding a bit with CM Punk, but CM Punk's mainly been feuding with Laurinaitis. But Dolph Ziggler has been getting that push. I'll call it a mini push, because Royal Rumble World Championship matches are very rarely changed. The title very rarely changes hands, so it was fairly predictable that Punk would win there. And then obviously we have CM Punk, the current, many say the current face of the business. Him and John Cena are the 2 guys. When you think WWE at the moment, you think them 2 guys. That's just my opinion. If I'd say who's going to win this match, I'm like 99% sure the winner will either be CM Punk or Chris Jericho. I can't see The Miz win it. I can't see Dolph Ziggler win it. I can't see definitely can't see R-Truth or Kofi Kingston win it. I think them 4 guys will also probably be in the the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania if they do bring that back, like I said before. CM Punk, Chris Jericho, I do believe will fight at WrestleMania. We had a sign of this when Chris Jericho attacked CM Punk on Monday Night Raw, in which you can see my review of that if you check my other videos, guys. Just saying. But CM Punk vs Chris Jericho, I think that's definitely going to be one of the main events at WrestleMania. I say one of the main events because obviously the very main event will be the Rock Cena. I mean, I'm 99% sure of that. Almost 100% sure of that. I mean, that's the face of the WrestleMania, poster. That's the biggest match in 10 years. The Rock versus John Cena. It's the biggest match since the Rock versus Hogan. In terms of build-up, I'm not saying it's going to be the best match in the last 10 years, guys. I'm not saying that at all. I very much doubt it will be. But it's the biggest build-up match. And like I said in the previous video, it's the first time John Cena can lose clean in ages. Anyway, going back to this match, yep, 99% sure it's going to be CM Punk, Chris Jericho, and then out of them 2, CM Punk, I'd say I'm 75% sure he'll win it, and then there's 25% for Chris Jericho. To be honest, either guys could win this, either could win it, and go on to WrestleMania. They could do the angle where Chris Jericho wins it off him, and then loses it back to Punk at WrestleMania. Therefore, Punk would become new champion at WrestleMania, which adds a bit more to the experience. Or they could do CM Punk retains here and then goes on to win at WrestleMania again. I mean, personally, I don't see Chris Jericho beating CM Punk at WrestleMania. I think if Chris Jericho is going to get a title reign, it's going to be now, or maybe after WrestleMania. I just don't. I think possibly Chris Jericho possibly could win at WrestleMania, but if as a betting man, I'd back CM Punk. But Chris Jericho could well win this chamber match and go on to face CM Punk at WrestleMania. Either of these guys can win this match. Like I said, if I was a betting man, I'd put the money on every time CM Punk. But closely, well, not sort of closely followed by Chris Jericho, and then obviously got Dolph Ziggler and The Miz outsiders in this match. I very much doubt they'll win, but there's a very, 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 very small chance they'll win. And then there's R-Truth and Kofi Kingston, who I'd go as far as saying won't win. I can tell you that. The only way they win is if the other 4 guys simultaneously get injured in the match. And, what are the chances of that, guys? Let's be serious. So there's my review. I think, not my review, sorry, my predictions of the card that we know so far. But I'll tell you this. This could be a good pay-per-view. I expect it to be probably better than the Royal Rumble, but in my opinion, the Royal Rumble wasn't brilliant. I'm not saying it was bad, but it wasn't brilliant. So I'd expect this pay-per-view to be better than the Rumble, and then I expect WrestleMania to be better than. This year, WrestleMania could be the pay-per-view of the year, which it hasn't been. It wasn't last year, and I wouldn't say it was the year before either. But it could this year be the pay-per-view of the year. There's a strong card. Obviously, you've got the Rock Cena. You've got what I think will be Chris Jericho versus CM Punk. You've got what I think will either be Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton versus Barrett, or Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus. You've got Undertaker versus probably Triple H, possibly Kane. So You've got the Money in the Bank ladder match, which I think they're going to put back in this year. If they don't put that back in, though, you've got stars like Dolph Ziggler who are going to be on the card. You've got stars like The Miz that are going to be on the card. There's a strong, in my opinion, the roster's fairly strong. Look at these guys: CM Punk, Dolph Ziggler, Chris Jericho, The Miz. Okay, R-Truth and Kofi Kingston, not the strongest, but they're not bad superstars. Daniel Bryan, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Big Show, way back. Great Khali, I'm not too fond of, but you know, he's decent. He's got the size advantage thing. He's got the size advantage thing going for him. John Cena and Kane, they're good superstars. I mean, I think John Cena's character's gotten awfully stale, but this WrestleMania match has got me back interested in him a bit. You know, John Cena vs The Rock. It's a match you can't help but be interested in this match, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm going to stop it there, guys. I'm trying not to ramble on too much. So, quick summary of who I think will win the match is John Cena, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk. I know that's safe because I've gone with two champions and John Cena. I'm sorry, but that is just who I honestly think will win this. There's a possibility, however, that Chris Jericho will win, and like I said, there's a possibility that Randy Orton way back could win. Very small possibility that Cody Rhodes could win. Very small possibility that Dolph Ziggler or The Miz could win. But they're the guys that could win. So thanks for watching, guys. Please hit that like button if you liked it. Hit that dislike button if you didn't like this video. Tell me how I can improve. Leave me a comment. But guys, thank you for watching the video, and I hope to be posting more videos soon. Peace out, guys.